Welcome to another video by Show and Tell Books. I'm Chantel, and for this week's Sizzling Sunday read, we are going to be talking about Bringing Down the Duke by Evie Dunmore. The second week in a row, at least that I'm doing it, I'm filming this at least this time it's 9:30. Last time I did this video was like 11. But I'm excited to talk about this book. I was going through Barnes & Noble with a friend, and as book readers often do, right? You're going and you're like, oh, this is a good book, and this one's not, or I would not recommend this one, or wow, this was fantastic. And so we were both kind of doing that, and on one of the tables, my friend pointed out Bringing Down the Duke, and I was like, oh, this is kind of interesting. Regency romances are some of my favorite kind of books. And since she liked it, I was like, all right, I'll try it. And I really liked it. So I want you to imagine Pride and Prejudice with like the whole enemies to lovers, I'm better than you kind of mentality that Darcy has towards Elizabeth, because that's very prevalent in Bringing Down the Duke. Except she also, in addition to being as snarky as Elizabeth is a blue stocking, meaning she's gung-ho about getting her education, which at that time was very frowned upon and like a no-no. So she's currently at college, and to make matters worse, she's also working with a group to try and get women the right to vote. So she's a suffragist and a blue stocking, and those were like major points against you in the Regency period. So also obviously add in a bunch of smut. And so it was actually a really interesting and kind of fun read. I didn't quite anticipate the smut level when I went into it, so that was surprising. But I liked it. I also liked that their relationship was tricky at first, especially because this isn't a book that glosses over the class discrepancy between the two of them. And I feel like a lot of Regency romances, both books and like movies, they kind of gloss over the class difference, kind of like Pride and Prejudice does. And it's like, oh, well, love conquers all. And this one is kind of like, well, love actually doesn't conquer all. If I were to date you, or vice versa, like I would be shunned publicly, or he would get, you know, politically ousted from a ton of stuff if he were to actually end up dating her. So I thought it was really intriguing, that dynamic to their relationship. If you're kind of looking for a historical fiction book, this one's actually based on true events. So that was really fun, learning a little bit more about the suffragist movement in England during the 1800s. There's a lot of different dynamics with the royals and his relationship with the Queen. I was also really impressed. This was a debut novel back in 2019. There are other books in this series I haven't gotten around to yet because I did just finish this book, but I would highly recommend it. I thought it was fun. Kind of basically, if you are looking for a smutty Pride and Prejudice with like a female heroine who doesn't just let life pass her by, but she actually like stands up for what she believes in and isn't afraid to butt heads with people, definitely check out Bringing Down the Duke by Evie Dunmore.